We're in the Enchanted Elbow Forest, and today I want to talk about sheet mulching. So sheet mulching is a way to prepare the ground or eliminate competition from your plants without disturbing the soil. There's no tillage, there's no chemicals being applied, and I'm just going to show you a bunch of examples of sheet mulching in my garden. So first thing, you need some materials. You need cardboard. Now these small boxes are really good for putting around a single plant. And these large appliance boxes are good for a big swath of land that you want to cover. And you definitely need to overlap the pieces of cardboard at least 8 inches so weeds can't find their way up through. And I like to use a couple of layers if I have perennial weeds underneath to ensure that the light is cut long enough for those weeds to die under the sheet mulch. So come on over here. So this is a section on sheet mulching now. I have 2 layers of these. I opened up the appliance cardboard, and I have 2 layers on the ground. I lay these logs on top just to hold it down against the wind while I'm completing the job. But once it's done, I take them off because I notice that the cardboard tends to decay underneath these quicker than the rest, and then you have weeds come up. So you will need a bunch of dry leaves and or wood chips to put on top. I don't have any dry leaves right now, but I do have wood chips. So I prepared this bucket just to show you. So I like to put about 2 inches of wood chips on top and make sure that the corners are covered. So I'm gonna need a lot more 5-gallon buckets to finish this job. But once it's done, like I said, I'll take these sticks off, and then it'll just sit there and kill. Because it cuts the light, it'll kill whatever's underneath, and it's not a bad idea. This is pretty. These wood chips are already quite composted, so I could probably either plant right in them now, or I could sprinkle some seeds on top of here that will germinate and grow and replace what's underneath as the cardboard decays. Let's go down here. I'll just have a couple of sections where I completed this. So here's an example of one that I completed where I'm trying to get rid of the quackgrass. So those are fine. I have no trouble with that ground cover, but I wanted to eliminate quackgrass that was moving up from the sod here. So this should at least knock it back, if not eliminate it for a period of time. Now this is another example. If you just have a single bush and you want to eliminate weed competition, I just used a couple of pieces of that small cardboard tight up against the trunk, covered it with wood chips, and this will keep, I just did some weed whacking, that's what this is, but other than where I couldn't get to right where it's growing out of the ground, this is going to eliminate weed competition for a couple of years anyway. So here's more examples. I had a lot of infestation of quackgrass, so I didn't get to deal with it for a couple of years. That's how it got away from me. So I'm dealing with it now. Now I want to point something out here. These are a combination of violets and some wild black-eyed Susans that moved in, and these are going to self-seed onto this. I'm not going to have to do anything. The seeds are going to fall here from both those plants, and probably by next year this will all be covered with desirable plants, which would be the black-eyed Susans and the violet. There's a good flowering right now. They'll go to seed shortly, and the seeds will just, the prevailing wind comes that way, so the seeds will blow here and they'll all go. So I created a water lily shape out of the sheet mulch, which I showed you before. I did that 2 years ago, but it wasn't covered with anything. It was just bare, because if you leave the bare cardboard, it doesn't decay as quickly. It takes maybe 2 years. So anyway, so for a whole year it just sat there. And then last fall I put leaves on top of it, and this spring, which will start the cardboard decaying, and this spring I started putting some sets in. So I planted some violets and some what are they called, bellflowers that are also edible. And I put in some self-seeded, here's an example, some self-seeded sweet cicely. So we'll see. I basically interplanted them all. I think the sweet cicely is going to like it in the shade. The violets will prefer it between the shade and the front. And then I believe that these guys, the bellflowers, will like it better in the sunnier part, but we'll see what happens. So that's an example of actually putting sets right into the sheet mulch, and hopefully they'll take over before anything else. Example of a sheet mulch that I've done 3 times, because the water table is super, super high here. So I felt like if I sheet mulched it repeatedly with lots of leaves on top, I could possibly raise the soil level a little bit above the water table. So some plants that don't like it as wet as the high bush cranberry might do okay. The trick with the sheet mulch though is you've got to put in the plants that you want pretty quick, or things that you don't want are going to move in. And here I've waited a little bit too long. I still haven't decided what to put here, unfortunately. So some things that I don't necessarily want are starting to move in. A word to the wise. And here's another example. Now this one is again, it's a very wet area. You can see how wet it is right on the border. I put about 12 inches of leaves on top here of a double or triple cardboard, and I just did this in the fall. So if I plant it this year with something I want, we'll be good to go. Okay, any questions?